new car yet? I don't know.
Are you talking about my truck?
Yeah.
What's wrong with my truck?
It's fine.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back to our channel.
My name is Gage.
And I'm Zoe.
And look though, what you just watched was a little flashback to a video Zoe and I did a few weeks ago. I asked her, it was a your ex versus me challenge. I asked Zoe, what's one thing you can say to your ex today that you say to me? And then her response was, did you get a new car yet? Well, the answer to that now is yes. So quick little story time. That's what today's video is. And then at the end of this video, I'm gonna show y'all some of the cool features on this new car and then actually show y'all what the car looks like. But we just wanted to give y'all an update, keep y'all in tune with what's going on in my life. And then for all my family out there and Zoe's family who knew about this accident that I was in, but you may not know all of the details. So this video is especially for you, so you can actually understand everything that happened. So basically, last week, I can't remember the day, I think it was Thursday, I was in my truck and my cousin was with me. Zoe was not with me. I had just left the gas station. I was at a turn signal to turn and come home, and there were two turn lanes. Obviously the leftmost turn lane. I was in the rightmost left turn lane. My light turned green. I started to go, and next thing you know, bam! Whole front of my truck taken out. You can probably see in the thumbnail, plus you saw the pictures at the beginning of this video. You saw the kind of damage it did to my truck, so truck was totaled, no doubt about it. Luckily for me, the guy who ran the light, would you believe that a police officer was directly behind this dude? I mean, as soon as the impact happened, I hear the sirens. And then, you know, when he got out the car and came over and checked on me and my cousin, he was like, are y'all okay? We were fine. Neither of us sustained any injuries. We were perfectly okay. The cab of the truck where we were sitting was untouched. It was just the front of the truck. So he came over there. He explained to us, he's like, yeah, I saw it. Guy ran a red light. Obviously, you're not at fault. I'm going to get a statement from you just because, you know, he has to do the police report, that kind of thing. But he's like, I saw the whole thing. I know what happened. So we'll just move forward with that. The police officer actually took me home. Real quick aside. I don't know who taught this particular police officer his people skills. Now, this was a different officer because the different officer came on scene after the collision.
That's how they always do.
He just kind of pulled up.
Everybody just starts pulling up.
And that was the dude who took me and my cousin back to my apartment because it was like 5 minutes up the street. When we were pulling in our apartment, this police officer looks at me and says, you know, if they would have T-boned you, you probably would have needed an ambulance.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I realized that.
We know.
I realized that the accident probably could have been a lot worse.
If you had gone a little bit quicker out of that like red light. Yeah.
But who says that though? Are you dumb? Anyway, and then another thing he said, he was like, it's a good thing you live in my jurisdiction because if you didn't, I probably would have dropped you at the Waffle House.
Maybe he was joking.
No, bruh.
Maybe he was just trying to be funny.
Who taught you these things? Who made you like this, bro? And I was just like, no, I was not at fault. You know I wasn't at fault. You would have taken me wherever I needed to go, sir. That's just how it is. The guy that hit me was actually driving a company truck. That same weekend, my dad gets in contact with the owner of the company. Owner wasn't driving the truck, he was one of his employees. So my dad gets in contact with the owner of the company. Basically, they decided to compromise and not go through his insurance. On the flip side of that, my dad asked for a little bit more money than what the truck was actually worth. So they worked it out. We didn't go through the insurance, but we got a little extra money for it. This dude was not trying to come to me, even though...
You remember you were interrupting his vacation.
Right.
So.
And I was about to get to that. Even though he was liable, he did not want to bring me the money, right? He wanted us to come to him. So me and my dad had to drive an hour out of our way to go get this money from this dude. He calls us when we're about 30 minutes from him, and he was like, hey, just trying to see where y'all are at. My dad was like, we're about 30 minutes out. He said, for real, not making this up, you can ask my dad. This dude straight up said, oh, well, you know, I kind of got somewhere I need to be today, so I was like, huh? What?
Me too, but I ain't got a car.
I don't give a fuck where you gotta be today. My dad had already driven from Columbus, so that's a 2-hour drive. Then had to drive an additional hour to go find this dude who's talking about, I got somewhere I gotta be today. Talking about he was on the lake that day. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that, I'm not trying to hear that shit. That's what it was. We got the money from this dude. We came back to Columbus that same day. We drove from Duluth all the way to Columbus, straight to the Nissan dealership. Now let me tell you about this crap that happened here. And I apologize, Zoe ain't talking much in this video because she wasn't there. She wasn't involved in the wreck and she didn't come back to Columbus with me. We got to Nissan roughly 3 p.m. and I test drove a couple of vehicles. Eventually I decided on one I wanted. I said, I want that one right there. And I told the sales guy that. I told him that roughly 4:30 in the afternoon. We'd been there for about an hour and a half. And I said, that's the one I want. Let's start the paperwork. So we sit down. We start signing all the paperwork. My dad, obviously, we got a down payment. We had to finance the rest. So my dad was like, what's the interest rate for the remaining balance of his car? Guy comes back. He says, all right, based on your credit, essentially, it's going to be about 4.6%. All right, cool. Then it came time for us to go talk to the finance manager. Now, by the time we got to the finance manager's office, we had been at Nissan for about 4.5 hours. It was roughly 7:30 p.m. at this point. I told you, I picked the car I wanted at about 4:30. It wasn't until 3 hours later that we were finally sitting down signing the final paperwork. So we're in there for about 20-30 minutes signing. And we get to the final sheet of paper that has the breakdown, what your down payment is, how much you're financing, and your interest rate. Tell me why the interest rate on this piece of paper said 5.7%. So instead of just fixing the problem, obviously me and my dad both caught it. We were like, wait a minute, that's not the percentage they told us. We were told 4.6, that says 5.7, what's good? Finance manager leaves his office, goes and gets the sales manager who told us the original percentage. They come back to the office about 10 minutes later, and the finance dude is clearly pissed off. He is heated, and he was just like, I want you to show them on my computer, you know, the percentage that you told them out there. Just reproduce the percentage that you told them. And the sales manager's like, could you step out into the hallway? I just want to talk to you out here, talking to the finance guy. Could you just step out with me? He was like, no, I'm good. I'll stay right here. I'm good.
So unprofessional.
And they went back and forth like that. For real, like 5 or 6 times. He was like, step in the hallway, please. He was like, no, I'm good. I'll stay here. So sales manager leaves the office. Sales manager's gone for another 10-15 minutes. Now, keep in mind, by this point, we've been there for about 5 hours. It's pushing 8 o'clock, and Nissan closes at 8 o'clock. So we've been there from 3 to 8. We've been there for 5 hours. My dad looks up. He was like, look, if this sales dude isn't back in the next 30 seconds, I'm out of here. 30 seconds passed. He didn't come back. We were out of there. The sales manager followed me and my dad out to the truck and was like, yo, I don't know what was going on inside, but we can go forward with the deal at this price. My dad was like, nah, we're out of here. Then they called me about 10 minutes later after we had gotten home and were like, we don't really know what happened. Can you kind of explain to us where the deal went south? Well, number one, you were arguing in front of customers, completely unprofessional. Somebody was lying because you said 4.6, he says 5.7, somebody lying, right? So that's number two. So that's why we were out of, and then number three, we were in your facility for 5 hours and could not leave with a car. That's 3 strikes. You're out of here. This car that I'm in right now, we went to a different location in Columbus. We got this car super easy, no hassle, none of that. It was straightforward like it should be. And we walked out of there with the car. That's it, man. So that's what happened. Zoe started clowning my truck. Next thing you know, I ain't got no truck. That's what it is, man. That's story time. Zoe, you got anything you want to say to him?
Don't run red lights, please.
Don't run red lights.
Drive
Safe
safely.
Driving techniques. Y'all know how we do it over here. We'll close it out right here. Stick around after the closeout, and we'll show you all the cool features. If you made it this point in the video, you a super real one.
Don't forget to click the description box down below and follow us on all of our social media.
Definitely do that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you throw in a thumbs up on it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Join the team because it's 2019 and we trying to take over. We finna take off to Columbus because we helping my friend Jared. Y'all remember Bailey and Jared from the food truck video a couple weeks ago? Boom, right there if you're trying to watch it. They moving into their house this weekend, so we going to Columbus to help them move. And that's what it is, dog. Zoe, what we tell them.
We will see you next Friday.
See you next Friday, man. All right, y'all, so it's time to show y'all the cool stuff on this car. Y'all just got the little outside shot, so y'all see what it's looking like. Nice little cool. It's a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. You know, it ain't no crazy Lamborghini or nothing like that, but that's on the way. We ain't making this YouTube money yet, but we going to. We going to. Just wait on it. That's why you got to join the team. I'm going to let Zoe show y'all some of the cool features on this car, because this car is fire, dog.
Gage got the fancy touchscreen now.
Oh, yeah, touchscreen. Ain't no buttons. Touchscreen.
This is touchscreen.
Right, and
they're
so
not, but these are buttons. This is touchscreen.
I'm not finna do this with you.
Anyway, so on here he's got his basics. So once you're attached to the Bluetooth audio, it'll show you what music's playing and everything.
I got Bluetooth audio. Y'all got to keep in mind the truck I had was a 2006 GMC Canyon. It ain't had none of this cool stuff. Go for it.
You done talked enough.
All right,
so they got the menu, right?
Yo!
That has all the things,
Yo!
right? So you can swipe, a little swipe, okay? Then if you go back, you got apps, etc., set up, all the good stuff. You can even call people on his phone now. But let me show you about this Bluetooth. So we both have iPhones.
Yeah. What they do with the iPhones?
So with the iPhone, you can do, what's it called? Like CarPlay?
Apple CarPlay.
Apple CarPlay. So basically, let me open my phone so it knows that I'm good.
It's reading USB. What's it going to do?
Apple CarPlay.
And then boom.
And then bam.
Oh, shit.
So obviously I was listening to that.
Yeah.
But it'll show you.
It's basically your iPhone.
Yeah. It'll be like all the apps that are compatible
with this monitor.
Yeah. And little map.
This is my
and not only did it
feature,
open
bro.
it opened it on my phone too without me even asking.
This is my favorite feature because now I can pull up the GPS right here. I don't have to look at my phone for my GPS, so I really liked it.
So then the next thing that you can do is once you go back on your home screen and get back to here, you can go to your messages.
Who do you want to send it to?
Gage.
What do you want to say?
I'm outside.
Your message to Gage Greenheart says I'm outside. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
And then bam, I got a message from Zoe just now on my phone. Says I'm outside. Oh yeah, I got the reverse camera. Check that out.
Yee.
Yeah. It'll tell me where my car is going. It'll even beep at me when I get close to stuff. So that's really cool. Since I'm the main one driving this vehicle, everything that's on the dash right here is really important for me. So Zoe, go ahead and put the camera right here on the dash. It's got a digital speedometer. Obviously, I'm not driving, so it's at 0 right now. I really like that. That is super clutch. Another thing that it does, for every trip, it tells me my average miles per gallon, which is really lit. So those are honestly my two favorite features. Is obviously the digital speedometer, and then it'll tell me my average miles per gallon. And then, as you can see right there, that eco light is lit up. So I've got an eco drive mode, which is more gas friendly. Then I got a sport drive mode in case I gotta pass somebody on the highway. You feel what I'm saying? But I keep it on eco because I like to save my gas. But those are the two main things right there. You can flip through some, the Apple CarPlay will pop up right there. It'll tell you your tire pressure. You can even change the color of your display and your lights and stuff. Mine are blue, and I'm gonna keep it like that because that's my favorite color.
Blue.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's all the features on this car. It was slightly used. The previous owner was actually a rental car company, so this was just a rental car before I owned it. So no accidents, none of that. The Carfax was clean. So, you know, that's what we do, man. This is my new car, and I really enjoy it. And that's what it is.